All right, so accessing the WIJIS dashboard. So under the data transfer tab, there's a WIJIS workflow button. You're gonna click that, make sure you have internet access, because what it's gonna do, it's gonna open this web page. This is WIJIS workflow web page. What you can do here is actually search for your forms that transfer through WIJIS to see whether or not they were received by WIJIS. So this is a way to see, to make sure that your transmission worked. So here we have an LC citation number. We type it in there, status all, click search, and there it is. It gives you the who was issued by, citation number, the status of delivered means it's been already received by the court. It's out of WIJIS, it's in CCAP, it says in the circuit court. Violation county, disposition issued, all the information there. You can also search by who issued the citation. So if you want to see, you type in your agency name and you say what have I sent to WIJIS? Again, WIJIS does not keep a very good record of what's sent through it. It's such a big system it's for the entire state, so it can't hold all that data forever. Depending on the workflow, depending on the volume, it may just have the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, right? So you can search for things you just sent over, but I wouldn't use it to search for things I sent back in February, for example. And there it is. Or search by transmission date. So what have I sent this past week? You can do that here too. And there it is. You can also search what have I sent over through WIJIS and what has failed. If it has failed here, at this point you really can't send it. You can try and send it again, but WIJIS is probably going to knock it down because it's already gotten it. What you would do at this point is contact the help desk. Call us. We can go in through our way and try and figure out what happened, retransmit it again. Just kind of find out maybe it's duplicate citation number or something else could have gone wrong with a flag or something. But yeah, if you see failed here, you can try and transmit again. It probably won't take it because it's still in the system. It's going to say this is duplicate citation number. I've already processed this. I won't do it again. Just contact the Badger Tracks help desk and we can try and sort it out for you.
And I'll add, not many of you raised your hand about big batch transmissions. We don't expect anybody to do this every single time you transmit. That'd be no way. So it's a good check from time to time to make sure things are going. But for the most part, you'll get, if those are failed, you're not going to get, the transmission's never going to give you a result saying it failed. WIJIS is going to acknowledge tracks and say, well, here's your receipt, and we're going to give you the green check mark, and everything's great. So from time to time, it's good to check this, especially if you're doing a big batch transmission on a Monday morning after the weekend. You're sending out 20. Let's just check one, one or two. For the, you probably, WIJIS probably already has it. So this failed. You won't get a heads up on this. You'll just got to kind of check it from time to time. Your court will probably be the first one to holler, hey, where is this? This guy showed up. This girl showed up. Oh, and then you go and check WIJIS and you see it's failed. And the only way to fix that is like you said, to contact us because we can resend it and then the court can grab it after it's resent and delivered. So big batch transmissions, when you do that, it's good to do one check of one citation to make sure it's got there. And you won't, I should say, if you hit it quick enough, you're not going to see, well, hopefully you don't see the failed, but if you do, you gotta, you know what to do, but you won't see delivered like that slide said before. You'll see it as queued, and it's fine. As long as it's queued, that means WIJIS is ready to go. We're going to process it. And like we mentioned earlier, if it's a DA routing, we're going to do that first. Otherwise, if it's anything else, we'll get to it. But queued is a good thing. Failed is when you got to get a hold of us so we can address it. And then mention case sensitive.
Oh, right. So, yeah. So for whatever reason, the citation number field is case sensitive. So all LCs, all other forms, they're all in caps, right? You can't type in lowercase e, lowercase a in the number and expect something to show up. It's not going to work. You have to use caps lock or whatever you're going to use to make sure those are capitalized for WIJIS to bring anything back. I have gotten calls where people search their forms, they're freaking out, it's not there. Just use caps lock. Yeah. And the hyphen, yeah. So after the LCs, there's a hyphen, a few other numbers towards the end. I think it's 2 or 3, right? That you see sometimes on the forms themselves. I think it's 2, right? Or is it 3? Oh, is it just 1? Oh, it's just 1. So don't put in the hyphen, don't put in the extra number. Just put in those first, I think they're, what? I don't want to say numbers anymore, 8.
Two letters and 6 numbers, I believe. It's 8. Yeah, 8, and then warnings. Everything else is 10 digits. So
That sounds right. Sure.
We have a municipality and a circuit and court that deals with a lot of different agencies in our area.
Okay.
So once in a while, we'll have them calling us to see if this citation is ours. And we can't find it in our tracks. So, we're from Wausau, so we have Wausau, we have Everest Metro, we have several different ones. And we will try and search for it. Is there a way to search without putting in a specific municipal, an agency, or no?
You can, the date would work okay, right? They just leave those 2 first few blank.
If the court had given you a date.
So if they give you a date when it was transmitted or even issued, you can use the date function down there. Just don't put in a municipality, don't put in a issued by or citation number. Just use that there. It's going to be a big list, right? If you look over a week, you're going to see everybody's, all the traffic through WIJIS. But that could be one way you could search. You can use that.
I mean, if it's not coming up for your agency, you want to go and search to tell the court, hey, well, it's theirs.
Well, sometimes the person that's there at the court is new, so.
Oh, you're trying to help. Yeah.
You're trying to help.
Because there should be. I would think something on their system, and they just haven't picked it up, would tell them where the agency, the agency's number. Is there a location ID? And right there, you could use WIJIS to look up the location and be like, nope, that's not us, that's Everest.
Well, see, and I think the part was that surprisingly enough, the person tried to pay it before it was
Actually there.
actually
They hadn't got it.
there. Yeah.
So that would have been that agency. If it wasn't yours, then that agency that tried to transmit it probably didn't get it transmitted. They never checked WIJIS, ignored it, and then all of a sudden here's the guy ready to pay the ticket. And
So you do have the citation number though, right?
Yeah, we did.
So can you bring checks up once?
Oh, do I have it right now?
No, not right now, but I'll show you
Okay.
something. Yeah. So one thing you could do, and again, this is kind of really detailed for just that situation. But if you go up to the decoder, so Tools Decoder, and you type in that citation number, it's going to decode. So except for the LCs, if it's an LC, it's not going to work. But if it's an NTC, I guess it would just be NTC at that point. But if it's an NTC, you can use this. Because those NTC numbers, they're built based on an algorithm. And the algorithm, in part, is based off of your agency number. So the 3-digit agency number is part of that numbering system. You type in that document number, and I'll tell you what agency it came from right here. So you can say, if it's not my agency number, it didn't come from us. So that's one way to do it. And again, that's under Tools Decoder. So the LC is not going to work.
That will also, it'll error out for you, because if that else isn't it's not in your agency, it's gonna say, I don't know what, so that'd be a quick check too. It's not gonna, it'll help you more if it's actually in your agency and you can get more specific for the person you're trying to help, but expect that to error if it's not your agency too.
So it should still tell her.
I would think.
Pretty sure. You try typing an NTC number. I think it should still work for her. Yeah, because the LC is not going to work. It's not based off the same algorithm. Just copy and paste. So again, the LCs work differently. You order them from the DOT, you know, so it's not the same numbering system. Whenever you get duplicate citation numbers, most of the time, it's because it's from an NTC or a crash form or something else, because those are based off of your, not only your tracks agency ID, but also your machine ID on the computer itself. So if you reuse those computer numbers, the machine IDs, you're gonna duplicate citation numbers. And that's fine, it'll work. You put in that NTC number. Yeah,
I'll bring one up after break, and because
we can go through it.
we go through this in a little bit too, so I'll prep that up.
I do.
Yeah, we go through it.
Yeah, sir. Let's go back to the PowerPoint.